June 2009, Natanz, Iran. Deep beneath layers of concrete and steel, the air vibrates with the hum of thousands of machines. Long corridors lead to chambers filled with rows of whirring centrifuges, tall, silver cylinders spinning uranium gas at unimaginable speeds. Engineers in white suits monitor their readings, their eyes darting between screens and dials. Everything seems perfect, until suddenly, it isn't. A sharp vibration ripples through the hall. One centrifuge begins to shake, then another. The readings on the monitors blur into chaos, RPM spike, then crash. Yet the screens show nothing out of the ordinary. The software reports, all systems normal. Somewhere, deep in the circuitry, an invisible saboteur is already at work. This was no ordinary malfunction. This was a silent weapon, one that would change the future of warfare forever. January 2010, a small cybersecurity firm in Belarus. Analysts at Virus Blockade stare at their screens, confused. They found something strange in a client system. A worm spreading through USB drives, infecting computers even without internet access. It's unusually complex, hiding itself within layers of legitimate Windows code. At first, they think it's just another corporate espionage tool. But when they open its digital anatomy, they find something they've never seen before, a stolen, legitimate Microsoft certificate. It allows the virus to pose as trusted software. For the first time in cyber history, someone has forged the identity of Microsoft itself. The analysts exchange nervous glances. Whoever wrote this wasn't an ordinary hacker. This was something else, something bigger. Weeks later, Symantec headquarters, California. Security researchers gather around glowing monitors, dissecting the mysterious code piece by piece. Line after line reveals not chaos, but precision, surgical precision. It exploits not one, but 4 separate zero-day vulnerabilities in Windows, flaws so rare they're considered cyber weapons grade. Each exploit is like a secret key to a locked door, and this virus holds them all. One researcher whispers, "This isn't malware. It's an operation." The code behaves strangely. It looks for Siemens industrial control systems used to run critical infrastructure like power plants, pipelines, and factories. The virus doesn't steal data or shut systems down. Instead, it rewrites commands sent to physical machines, changing what they do, while reporting false information back to operators. For months, the virus hides inside systems, learning, adapting, waiting. And when it strikes, it makes machines destroy themselves, while everyone watching believes everything is fine. The world has never seen anything like it. Back in Natanz, Iranian technicians are baffled. Centrifuges are failing at an unprecedented rate. Bearings snap, rotors shatter, and precision-engineered parts crumble. They replace the machines again and again, over 1,000 in total, but no one can explain why. No alarms, no evidence, just failure after failure. The invisible hand behind it all remains unseen. Summer 2010 cybersecurity conferences buzz with rumors. Analysts across the world are now studying the same worm. They give it a name, STUXNET. Piece by piece, they reconstruct its digital skeleton, and the picture that emerges sends a chill through every intelligence agency on the planet. STUXNET isn't random. It specifically targets the Siemens control systems used at one facility, the Natanz uranium enrichment plant in Iran. It bypasses normal software layers, communicating directly with the programmable logic controllers, the hardware brains that make the centrifuges spin. Then it subtly manipulates them, altering speeds in microbursts, destabilizing the machines while sending normal data back to monitoring systems. To the engineers, everything appears stable. To the centrifuges, it's a death sentence. Flashback, early 2006, somewhere in Maryland. In the classified labs of the National Security Agency and the U.S. Cyber Command, a top-secret initiative begins under the codename Operation Olympic Games. Its goal: to halt Iran's nuclear ambitions without firing a single bullet. President George W. Bush approves the operation. The CIA and NSA join forces with Israel's elite cyber unit, Unit 8200. Israel provides intelligence on Natanz, smuggling out crucial data on its Siemens controllers and centrifuge models. The US builds replicas of the facility in the Nevada desert to test the worm. Engineers and intelligence officers work side by side, simulating Iranian operations. When they release the worm into their testbed, it works perfectly. Centrifuges spin until they tear themselves apart. Silent, invisible, deniable. It is, in every sense, the perfect weapon. 2008, Washington, D.C. The operation intensifies. A new version of the worm is prepared. More sophisticated, more aggressive. The Obama administration inherits the project and authorizes its continuation. For years, the digital weapon seeps into Iran's network, carried by infected USB drives, human error, and unwitting contractors. In Natanz, chaos quietly grows. Iran's nuclear program stalls. Machines fail faster than they can be replaced. Engineers suspect sabotage but can't prove it. No trace, no smoke, no fingerprints, just ghosts in the code. For the first time in history, lines of code are destroying physical machines, the digital realm reaching through into the real. June 2010, the secret breaks. A contractor in Iran plugs an infected USB stick into a computer not connected to Natanz. The worm escapes its cage, hitching a ride on civilian systems. It begins spreading uncontrollably across the globe, from Iran to India, Indonesia, and the United States. What was once a surgical weapon is now loose in the wild. Cybersecurity firms dissect it, revealing its shocking complexity. Journalists catch wind. Intelligence agencies scramble to contain the damage, to deny involvement. But the truth is already out. The United States and Israel have crossed a line no one even knew existed. Autumn 2010, the world reacts. Governments and militaries suddenly realize that their power plants, hospitals, and dams could be vulnerable to the same kind of attack. If software could destroy centrifuges, it could destroy anything: an oil rig, a train system, even a city's power grid. A new arms race begins, not of missiles or tanks, but of algorithms and exploits. Nations invest billions in developing offensive cyber weapons. Hackers become soldiers. Servers become battlefields. The digital frontier of warfare has opened, and there's no going back. Meanwhile, Tehran, Iran. In darkened rooms, Iranian cyber experts work frantically to understand what happened. They discover the worm's true nature, and their fury turns into resolve. Iran begins developing its own cyber division, launching retaliatory attacks against American banks, oil companies, and critical systems. The age of cyber retaliation has begun. Every nation now watches and learns. Russia, China, North Korea all begin investing heavily in their own cyber weapons, using STUXNET as a blueprint. The genie is out of the bottle. Inside Langley, CIA headquarters, officials review classified briefings. STUXNET is a success, Iran's nuclear timeline delayed by years. But success carries a shadow. The virus has exposed America's capabilities and vulnerabilities. For decades, warfare had clear borders: sea, land, air, space. Now, there is a fifth domain: cyberspace. And unlike the others, this one has no treaties, no warning sirens, no Geneva Conventions. A keystroke can do what once required an army. 2012. Tel Aviv, Israel. A team of cybersecurity researchers reveals a new worm, Flame. Its structure and techniques resemble STUXNET, so much that experts suspect the same creators. Flame can record audio, screenshots, even Bluetooth devices nearby. It spies, learns, and transmits intelligence invisibly. STUXNET wasn't a one-time operation. It was the prototype for a new era, one where viruses could not only destroy machines but also observe and control them. 2013, Moscow. Edward Snowden's revelations expose just how deep the U.S. cyber intelligence apparatus runs. The NSA's global surveillance systems, backdoors, and partnerships all trace their lineage to the digital infrastructure that made STUXNET possible. The weapon that was meant to stop one nation's nuclear program now fuels paranoia across the globe. Everyone wonders, who else has such capabilities, and who will use them next? 2015, Ukraine's darkness falls over Kyiv. Entire cities lose power. The lights go out not from bombs or storms, but from keyboards. Russian hackers have breached Ukraine's power grid. the first known cyber attack to take down an entire national energy system. The methods? Strikingly similar to STUXNET's architecture. The digital weapon that once hid in centrifuges has evolved and multiplied. Back to Natanz years later, Iran rebuilds its facility, hardened, more isolated. But the scars remain, both mechanical and psychological. Engineers remember the nights when machines screamed, metal twisted, and no one could explain why. They call it the invisible war. For the West, STUXNET becomes a legend, proof that cyberweapons can change the course of geopolitics without a single casualty. But beneath the pride lies fear. The code that once defended them could one day turn against them. 2020, somewhere in cyberspace, hackers from every nation study STUXNET's leaked binaries, adapting its techniques. Its fragments appear in dozens of new strains, Dooku, Gauss, Triton, and others, each one more ambitious, more autonomous. The digital descendants of STUXNET now roam freely, ghosts with no masters, capable of infiltrating everything from oil pipelines to hospitals. The line between code and weapon has vanished. In a dimly lit war room, modern day, military strategists stare at maps overlaid with glowing network lines. They no longer discuss missile ranges or tank divisions. They discuss vulnerabilities in critical infrastructure, zero days, backdoors, supply chains. The next global conflict, they say, will begin not with explosions, but with silence, the quiet failure of systems everyone depends on. In many ways, it already has. Archival footage, 2010 news reports. Headlines scroll across screens.
Tonight's top story.
Cyber weapon discovered. Unprecedented malware attack Iran. Is the world ready for cyber war? Each headline marks a shift, from traditional deterrence to digital dominance, from borders to bandwidths. When STUXNET escaped, it did more than cripple a nuclear program. It introduced a terrifying idea that in the interconnected world, every system is a potential battlefield. Cut to modern data centers humming with life. Millions of servers process the world's information, financial transactions, hospital records, power grids, water systems. Invisible currents of electricity keep civilizations alive. And somewhere within those systems, echoes of STUXNET still linger, bits of code, repurposed, recycled, never truly erased. In the end, the story of STUXNET is not just about technology, it's about control. Control of machines, control of secrets, control of the future. It showed that wars no longer need armies to win battles, that power can be seized not through force, but through code, and that the most devastating weapons of the 21st century might not explode, they might simply execute. The hum of centrifuges fades into the static hiss of data. Screens flicker one by one until only a single line of code remains, looping endlessly, waiting for a command that may never come. In the end, it wasn't a war they won. It was a door they opened,